Salve Regina, Mater misericordiae, vita dulcedo, estes nostra salve.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. On a certain Sabbath, Jesus went into the synagogue and taught. And there was a man whose right hand was withered. The scribes and the Pharisees watched him closely to see if he would cure on the Sabbath, so they might have discovered a reason to accuse him. But he realized their intentions and said to the man with the withered hand, "Come up and stand before us." And he rose and stood there. Then Jesus said to them, "I ask you, is it lawful to do good on a Sabbath, or rather to do evil, to save life rather than to destroy it?" Looking around at them, he said to him, "Stretch out your hand." And he did so, and was restored. But they became enraged and discussed together what they might do to Jesus. The Gospel of the Lord. One of Jesus' favorite opportunities for healing is on the Sabbath. And it almost looks like he's throwing it in the face of the Pharisees. And yet there perhaps is something more deep in this. How healing it is, the very nature of the Sabbath. And especially for us, what do we experience on the Sabbath as Catholics? No wild guesses? No wild guesses from Holy Family theologians? It begins with an E. Did you say Eucharist? Yes, that's right, the Eucharist. The man with the withered hand, as St. Bede would say, was an image of Adam after having sinned, being restored to health, his right hand reaching for the apple, and now Jesus reaching out to Adam in this man with the withered hand to demonstrate the effect and the power of his sacrifice on the cross. And that sacrifice is where Jesus extends his hands on the cross to the altar and to you. The healing power of the Holy Eucharist given to each of us. Jesus constantly stretching out his hand to give us healing. And in spite of the fact that it may not always be physical healing, it becomes the healing of what was lost and destroyed by Adam. It becomes the healing of our soul. And the Eucharist leads to the ultimate healing of us being lifted on high into the glory of the kingdom of heaven.
Regina Celi, letare, alleluia, qui aquam meruisti portare, alleluia, resurrexit sicut dixit, alleluia.